Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M40 M43. It's the Tier 8 American SPG, located on the northeast corner of Arctic region, otherwise known as Mannheim Line. This one is under the command of badaxe45 of the BLH clan. Yes, badaxe45. Get the name right. I sometimes mispronounce things right at the start of the game. Okay, well, he's got the big howitzer, the 8-inch, because the barrel doesn't extend over the front. If it did extend, that would be a 155mm gun, and that will make this the M40 instead. Well, he's decided to go just on the high side, next to the chain fence, or the barbed wire fence, and he's ready to go. Okay, let's see what he's spotting. Well, he's actually aiming for the enemy area. Now, the spawn area, I get the feeling he's looking for any clue that the enemy might have given us as to where they are. And there's a break in the chain fence there, which indicates that the enemy Arty actually made his way into the back. So he's right at the back in that corner. Always useful to have that sort of information available, because if you want to spot the enemy Arty, then that's one way of doing it. The other, of course, is if you're trying to spoof your enemy, you could actually put a break in the barbed wire fences and then turn off and around and go off into the area just to the right. And then you would be able to shoot. And he's just spotted where the tracer's coming from. It's right at the back of the map, though. There you go. It's a bit further in. There you go. It's in that general area. No, I think he's a little closer. Now, it might help him, actually, if he was to go to the above mode and the God mode and spot that way, because he's got much better chance of locating the precise position of the enemy. Now, he's decided to go back here again. If you do go overhead, it's actually, it's so much easier to locate the firing position. So you can see that looking for those clues right at the start of the game does give you an idea of what the enemy's up to. And he's just fired again, but unfortunately we're just too far away to actually get an idea of exactly where he is. We haven't got anyone close enough to actually spot the enemy, and because he fired from that position, we're wasting the chance to actually shoot at the enemy, who is actually at the South Pass, and we've just lost two of our tanks in that area. We've just lost the M49 Liberté and an AMBT. So using Battle Assistant sometimes can be a handicap if you are not looking precisely from overhead. Now we see it, but he's still not. Oh, now he's firing. And he got him! He got him this time. One shot on the enemy takes out the enemy Arty, and that means now our teammates are going to have an easy game, because, of course, they're not going to be getting stunned. But, of course, if you've seen my replay with the M12, then you'll know that any enemy tank trying to come through that pass from the south can be very, very difficult. Because if you've got an Arty here, you can really hammer them as they come up, because they're slow, they're stunned, and they tend to get wiped out fairly quickly. Okay, he's gone to overhead mode now. His first shot is going to be on the Type 4 Heavy, using the 8 extra HE. The guy comes forward. Oh dear. Now that landed well short of the target. Standard reload is 44.1 seconds, and we can see here Badaxe has got a reload time of 37.34. Now the alpha on these is 900 alpha. That's because it's the 8-inch, 203mm, 52mm pen, and a 10.5 meters burst radius, and 12.5 to 28 seconds of stun. And remember, the shell is actually fairly slow, 440 meters per second. Going for the Type 5 again, and he got a hit this time. Bang on target. Now, something we've also spotted is a CC1 Mark II coming up from the west, but he is being fended off at the moment at the pass. An Indian Panzer's decided to go around that pass, though. He's on the ground, hidden from our Borsig. So we might have to change our aim. Oh, now this is good, because it's got two tanks together, and the T-30 is backing away, but he's right alongside. We can see our shell actually hit the tracks on the Type 5. Rounds out. And he kills the Type 4. It wasn't a Type 5, it was just a Type 4. It's a Tier 9 game with Tier 8 tanks in it. It was Type 5's Tier 10. Type 4 is Tier 9. Okay, he's changing position. Doesn't need to now because, of course, he has wiped out the enemy Arty. I think he's actually doing this for protection from the enemy medium and light tanks who are actually trying to, well, the enemy medium tanks, I should say, who are trying to get through from the west. Okay, we know the T-30 was that side. He's loaded, but he's dialing in. He could try a blind shot. You only get a limited amount of ammunition. He's only got 12 rounds left. There's the AE Phase 1. Rounds out. Yeah, that's pretty final. 286 hit points from that one. Oh my god! He got a bombardier. He actually took out the tank next door to him, which was a T-55A. So he killed two tanks with one shot. And the T-55A did not appear immediately, but he did get the AE Phase 1 at the same time. So that's double bonus. That's a bombardier medal. He's relocating now to get shots on the guys coming in from the west. He's now got 4 kills in the game. The enemy Arty, then the Type 4, then the AE Phase 1, and then the T-54. Okay, he's going for the CC1 Mark II. Now, the reason is that he's got very low hit points, and he got him! So that's 5 kills now. That CS52 list is very low on hit points. Now, unfortunately, all our protectors on that side of the field, well, they're now hugging the rock. They don't have to worry about Arty, but they do have to worry about those guys getting shots on them. There they are. Now, we can get shots on them. They're not going to like it, though. We're actually trying to aim over that ridgeline down into them. There's the Leopard. He's very low. The Leopard prototype. We can one-shot him. Rounds out. He's gone. That's the Top Gun. He's almost single-handedly winning this game at the moment. He could take out the Indian Panzer, but I suspect that one of our teammates is going to take him out before we can lay a shell on him. This is a good game for Badaxe. Now, we can see the Wizzy 111 1FT. He's up on the duck. That weird shape, that elevation does look like a duck. On our side, we've got what some people call a mouse or a cat. Helps identify those positions. He's pre-aiming to try and get that Indian Panzer if he pops up again. There's only one tank down at the southern pass, the T-30, but our UDES is coming up behind him, and we've got a Progetto ahead of him, so he's kind of stuck now. He's trapped. Okay, he's decided to change aim. He can't see the... Oh, there! Now he can see him. But the unfortunate news is that he's gone behind that hill, which means we can't get a shot. So he's going back to the Indian Panzer. He's marked to say to his team, that's what I'm aiming at. Oh, now he can definitely take this one out. Keeps him on track for Radley's. Oh! He got him! That's 7 kills! Wow. He's on a roll. There's only one enemy left. It's the T-30. And he's been requested to platoon with the Leopard prototype. They both got at least 3 kills. So Brothers in Arms is on the cards if he can do it. Here's the end of battle results. And that was a first class tanker. to badaxe in the M40, M43. You can tell it's his first one because he got the scrolls underneath. You only get that the first time. He also got a Reaper badge because he took out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots. He got a Bombardier because he took out 2 enemies with 1 round. And he also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And he got a Top Gun, but he actually got 7 kills, which put him 1 short of getting a Radley Walters medal as well. And sadly missed out on that. But the T-30 didn't want to come out to play. He hid behind the rock because he saw his teammates getting wiped out at that pass. And he realized that, yes, he was in a lot of trouble. So he hid and unfortunately denied badaxe his Radley Walters. His win rate in the game was 2,687, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. When he didn't get the highest damage in the game, that went to the T95, the tier 9. He got 3,648 hit points, but it wasn't enough to get a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage went to the Leopard prototype with 3,146, and unfortunately we were not able to platoon with him at the last moment. It was the last moment because they killed the T-30, and I was still looking at the fact that would he or would he not platoon. And the third highest damage in the game turned out to be the T-55A on the enemy team, the one of the tanks that was bombarded. He got 2,952 hit points of damage, the highest score on their team. So we can see that badaxe got 2,010, but he was extremely efficient with his shells, and he was actually picking off the enemy tanks that had very low hit points left and getting accurate shots on them as well, because he was getting direct hits, and there was no way those guys were going to survive with a direct hit on target. So yes, he took them out of the game. He got the highest number of kills. Second highest was the Leopard prototype with 3. 2 kills went to the Strid S1. He picked up a Confederate, and he was up in the sniper nest. And on the enemy team, their AE phase 1 got 2 kills as well. When it came to base XP, he got that one too. So he's got the top in 2 columns, missed out on the highest damage. 1,011 base experience points. He's the only player to get over 1,000. The next highest being the T95, who got the highest damage in the game, and he got 976. And in third place, we've got the Leopard prototype, who got 888, alongside the Udas. They both got 888, so they both share the third place. We can see that badaxe fired 8 rounds. Now, you only get 16 rounds in this Arty, so you can run out of ammunition fairly early on, but he was making his shells really effective, and some of the shells he fired, instead of actually firing the stun HE, he was actually firing the extra HE, the ones which give you more damage if you get direct hits or if you get the shell near the enemy. Of course, they have got a limited burst radius, but if you do get it in the right place, they can wipe out enemy tanks. And he really didn't appear to be worried about not getting any stun. He wanted to get those kills, and it was effective. He got 6 direct hits, none of them penetrated, but he did get 12 splash, 2,010 hit points of damage, all of it done at more than 300 meters, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 7, did 5 stuns in the game, but absolutely no stun assists. So you can see he did actually use 5 HE stun shells, but he did use 3 non-stun HE, and those were the ones I think that actually did get kills. He earned 40,414 credits on a premium account. He also picked up 9,101 experience points out of that one. And he actually got 2,000 free XP out of it as well. So yes, that's for completing the mission and events. So a superb game by badaxe with a first class. I think if he'd actually used more HE, I think stun HE and got some stun assist, he might have actually got an ace tanker out of it. But sadly, he was deprived of that. But he did get the Bombardier, and that was pretty epic. I didn't even see the T-54 until, of course, he suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And I do wonder, did that T-54 actually get set alight? We're looking at it here. No, it was destroyed by a shot. So it was the splash from the hit on the AE phase 1, who was also hit by the same splash, or the same hit. And that's why they went out of the game. They were just too close together when that shell went in. Well, that was interesting. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.